and I wasn't like, I was like, oh my gosh, Swatch, like, no, I was very much like, one swipe, done. Oh, my brain, like, I don't even know how to describe this. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So excuse the mane, I did not have time to brush it, but I thought today I would just sit down and do a review of these new Morphe little palettes. I have 4 of them. There are 5 total, I believe. They're all $9.99 each, so basically $10 a pop, and they have 8 shadows in each of them. And I got the 4 palettes that were basically not the blue ones. There's one palette that is like cool tones. It has blues, I think maybe some green in there, I don't remember. I did not get that one because I would never wear those colors. They don't complement anything about this, so yeah, I opted out of that one. But I did pick up the 4 that were pretty much like neutrals or warm tones, you know, had some berry shades or oranges in there. I thought it'd be perfect for fall or just in general, because where I live we don't have seasons besides hot and more hot. So don't mind how messy this looks. I did go ahead and swatch these for you guys, so just ignore the like eyeshadow mess. But this is Awesome Blossom, just so you guys have an idea of what the colors inside look like. And this is Coca Mocha. There you go. This one is, which one is this? Copper Popper? Yeah, this one's Copper Popper. Do you see? I thought this would be like my absolute favorite because of those colors. They're so pretty. And this one is Coffee Toffee. So you have a little bit more of some berry tones with some neutrals in here. So that's what that one looks like. I do have photos of all of these little palettes, and that's gonna be on my blog. I'm gonna link it down below. And I also attached swatches for every single palette. Like, I swatched each shade on my skin tone and also my sister, because she's a lot deeper than I am. She has a deeper skin tone, so I thought that would be perfect to include in case anybody was wondering what swatches would look like on somebody with deeper skin. So I have about medium tan skin. She's a lot deeper than I, so you have those 2 for comparison, and all of that will be linked down below, so don't forget to check that out. All that being said, let's actually talk about these freaking palettes. I was really excited to try all of these. The colors looked really nice, and I do like Morphe shadows in general. I've never had a problem with them. I think it's a great price for great shadows. Yeah, never had an issue. I thought these would just be the same shadows, maybe some new colors, but the same formula, just in like a square type of packaging. But no, girlfriend. I'm so sad because I actually love Morphe shadows so much. I've never had a problem with them. I don't know what the heck was going on with this formula, but it's not cute. The consistency of these is so heartbreaking. I'm just so sad. I'm gonna try to, can you even, I think I have to zoom up, so we'll be right back. I'm gonna zoom you in really close so you can see what happens when you swatch these. I'm not even applying a ton of pressure. I'm literally just gonna like how I would normally, because with shimmer shadows I usually just use my finger, kind of dab in there, pack it on my lid. I always do that. It's the best color payoff you can get. But these shadows, girl, 1 second, you're gonna see what I'm talking about. Hey girl, hey. This is Coffee Toffee, and this matte shadow here broke my heart like none other. Oh my gosh, do you see that from one swatch? Do you see what's going on there? Like, what the heck? What the heck? What the heck is that? Do you see how this kicks up like eraser dust? Oh my gosh. And okay, so this is the last shade on the bottom row of Coffee Toffee. They don't have individual names. But do you see how that kicks up so much product? It's like sawdust or something. It's ridiculous. And then when you swatch it, it's not even, look, like, do you see it, the chunks that come off on that? And it's not even a smooth, like, creamy shadow. It's super patchy. I did a video where I was using these, sorry I'm blurry, but I did a video using these shadows for the first time, just kind of testing it out and doing an eyeshadow look. I'll link that video below or whatever. And I was so shocked because it took so much to actually pack on color and get these blended. Usually I have no problem, like the shadows with Morphe are super pigmented, never have an issue, but I don't know what's going on with these palettes. Like, it took so much work, and in the monitor when I was looking, it looked like there was color, but in person, I think it was just because of the lighting. It was super bright, so it made it look like the shadow was so pigmented, or at least like had some pigment. But in person, it was not like that at all. It took me a long time to actually build up any color. I would say out of all of them, this was, I guess, the least disappointing. But do you see like what happens when you even swatch these? I'm not a messy person when it comes to swatching. Pretty neat, but do you see like what the heck happens? It's like a war zone over here. Texture is so strange. It's like, it's just kind of, it's not crumbling in a sense where it's so dry that it's just cracking, but it's, I don't know, this is a pretty shadow, but again, it's not super pigmented. So I have like the regular Morphe palettes here, right? So this one is the 350. This is the matte. I'm comparing shadows that are kind of similar in color or tone, whatever. So this is, what is this? Copper Popper. So let's just, for fun, you see this beautiful like burnt orange shade right here. It looks a lot brighter in the camera, but it's a bit deeper. This, when I feel it, I'm like, oh, it's soft, but there's so much of that like weird kickback happening. It's like, it's so strange. So this is that shadow. Let's just put that right here somewhere, whatever, right? Color payoff in that is not bad, but when I do apply it to the lid, oh, there's also a ton of fallout. When I do apply it to the lid, it takes a very long time to build up color and to blend it and make it look super cute. So let's just take this shadow right here. Yeah, I'll take that one. The first one on the matte. Oh my gosh, immediately the consistency is so much, it's so different. Like, what the heck? Let me just, this. Yeah, there's a different, okay, so this kind of feels somewhat softer in a sense, but not in a, it's so soft and buttery, like the shadow, so it's so smooth, not even like that. It's softer, but it's breaking apart very easily and it's crumbling to the touch almost. And there's so much kickback, whereas these like regular shadows, you feel them. It almost feels like it's a lot more compact and secure in there. Maybe there's something in there binding it that kind of helps with that. I don't know, maybe this is missing some sort of binding agent. I really don't know. So this is the 350S, right? So this is just the same palette, but just this is the shimmers. So let's play with some colors, okay? Like, you swatch these. They're soft, but there's not that weird, ridiculous, like bunching up eraser sawdust type of like kickback coming up. Do you see that? Kickback coming up, that even makes sense. These shadows, I guess, are pretty delicate, but like for the most part, that like sawdust thing is not happening. It's not crumbling to the touch. Look at that pigment. That is so pretty. Maybe my palette, I just got a bad palette. Maybe that's it. Give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe I just got some like a bad batch or something. I don't freaking know. But this is so disappointing. Overall, I am not happy with the quality of the mattes or the shimmers, even though there are a couple really pretty colors in. So like in the Awesome Blossom palette, I think you have some really pretty shades here. The purple is pretty, this pink shade is gorgeous, but it's so inconsistent. I can't see myself recommending these to people. This palette also, I thought it was going to be fantastic, but the mattes in here are so, this is like one of the most dreadful shades out of all of the palettes. It's so bad and it's so patchy. The kickback, kick up, whatever, it's ridiculous. It comes off literally like eraser dust. It's insane. Here you have some really pretty neutrals. This is what, Coca Mocha. I thought this was going to be fantastic, but again, the shimmers in these, it's this weird bunching up of the pigment. I don't understand. Also, this brown shadow here, this is a matte. It's extremely patchy. It does not go on with a smooth streak or stripe of color at all. So that's an issue. And then I actually used this palette to do my eye look. The pigmentation was bad. Oh, and the other thing too, I wear a primer always when I put on shadow. No matter what, I wear a primer. and I use the only one that works for me right now is the NARS eyeshadow primer. That's an expensive primer, okay? We're not playing around. So I used a very good primer and I put these shadows on, and the shadow completely evaporated into nothing within 30 minutes, girlfriend. And I was in the air conditioner. It wasn't like I was running around outside, because I am in Florida. This is Miami. It is hot AF, okay? So I'd understand if I was running around outside sweating a ton, like the shadow creases, it kind of disappears, you know, rubs off my lid. I would understand that. But I was in air conditioning. I was indoors all day, and within 30 minutes it was looking like I had nothing on my lid. So I used Copper Popper on my eyes, as you saw in the video, and I ran like these colors through my crease, and then I mixed these two shimmers on my lid, and it looked beautiful. I had such high hopes for this, and I thought everything would be fine. It looked pretty. I liked the finished look, even though it took a while to blend and like some funky stuff was happening with the actual consistency of the shadows. I still had high hopes. But then I literally like noticed in the mirror when I went to the bathroom after filming the video and all of that. So like that was about 20 or 30 minutes later, not that long of a time. I'm in the AC, I did not go outside, I did not sweat at all. Literally look in the mirror and the shadow is basically creased and it's kind of rubbed off. Like all the shimmer is pretty much gone. You see like a faint hint of some kind of orange shimmery tone, but you just see that the crease color was pretty much fine, but the actual shimmer shadows had just kind of disappeared, evaporated from my lids. They said peace out, and that was it. I was just like, oh my gosh. And I used a primer. It wasn't like I did not use a primer. I always use a primer. That was just like, that was it for me. I was like, oh my gosh. 30 minutes, girl. 30 minutes. I use the same primer I use all the time with regular Morphe shadows, the like big pan ones. These ones, I have like 5 of these. I always use the same primer. I've never had an issue. The colors do not, it doesn't fade, it doesn't bunch up, it doesn't crease, nothing like that. And I've used the shimmers and the mattes. I will not be ever buying these again or recommending these again, and they are limited edition. So thank you, they're gonna be gone. Poof, bye bye, do not come back, please. Or if you do come back, please change the formula. Like, what the hell? So overall, let's just like wrap this up before I have an aneurysm. This is a no for me. This is a hell no. Hail to the no. 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 I would not recommend these to friends or enemies or anybody. I do not think this is worth the price. Even though it's $10, I would not recommend you spend your hard-earned $10 on this. $10, that's like an hour and a half of work right there if you're working minimum wage. It did not deliver. I just dropped one. Hopefully it broke. These are like the cousins at the family reunion that you really don't like. They're super judgmental. They're like really snooty, or maybe they're just really stupid and you don't want to associate with them because they're just so annoying. That's these. And then you have like the really awesome aunt. Like, this is their mom. Like, she's so nice and you love her so much, but like she just somewhere along the line, like somebody got dropped on their head, and it's just so sad because like, oh my gosh, like I love my aunt so much, but my cousins, but I love my aunt, so like I'm not gonna turn my back on the family, but my cousins, like, I'm real salty if you can't tell. I'm V salty. On a scale of 1 to 10, these are not a 10, clearly. I would give these a 3 for effort. Okay, no, I'm gonna give it, yeah, no, you know what, no, I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 10. 3 for effort. 3 because there are some very pretty shadows, some very nice color combinations. There are a couple very beautiful shades in here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. There are some that swatch really nicely. They don't bunch up, but overall the consistency is gross. But the fact that you'd have to spend $10 on one and maybe only get 1 or 2 shades that are pretty good, maybe only 3 shades, maybe only 1 shade out of 8 shades, like, by my logic, you just paid $10 for 2 shadows, or 1 shadow, or 3 shadows. No. No, no, no. Would I buy these again? Hell no. Would I tell my friends to buy it? Hell no. And that's it. That's my review. Have a good one. Don't forget to check out my last video. Love you.